Well, this afternoon I have been working on the trays and I have a little bit to say. Well, I'll start on the muck-up. And the muck-up, see, I'm not embarrassed to say, I mucked up because I don't know, I think I'm just different to others out there. This is where I mucked up. And this is where you should not be working. If you're tired, and your brain is tired, stop the work. Close your shop, clean it up, close it, and start afresh. And this is where I mucked up. Planing all these things down to thickness and then cutting it too short because in my puny little mind, I did it like this. Unless I have no idea why I did it like this. I just did. So this is supposed to be dovetailed. And obviously now it's too short. So it can't be dovetailed. And I'm most definitely not going to get another piece. So what I'll be doing is I'll be putting in through dowels, right? I'm not going to be putting in the half blind dowels, but I'll go through dowels. So what's the difference? The half blind is like a half blind dovetail, right? It goes into, you drill into a certain thickness. So in this case, it would be half. And then here, maybe I'd just drill in, I don't know, 3/4 or something. So it's not protruding, it's not showing on the other end. So in this case, it's going to be a through dovetail and I'm tired, a through dowel. And believe me, this is going to be plenty strong. Now, Chris Schwartz said that he has seen cases where they're nailed on, and I do not see a problem in that either. It just depends on how fancy schmancy you want to go. You can nail it on, it's not going to fall apart ever, period. You can put in through dowels, it also ain't going to fall apart, or you can dovetail it and it will also not fall apart. But I think if you dovetail it, it shows off your craftsmanship, and if you don't, it doesn't. So they're all plenty strong, and I will show you something. Now I made this tool wall cabinet, whatever you want to call it, tool wall cabinet. I don't even know how long, 12, 13 years ago maybe. And look what I put in on the side. Yeah, that's my favorite beautiful car. But that's not what I want to show you. I want to show you this. Look at that. I put in through dowels, and it's been holding that long. And why shouldn't it hold? If I was to throw this on the ground, and you got to bear in mind that this is MDF, right? It's just sawdust, compressed sawdust, glued, and it's weak as shit, right? That's what it is. And this stuff causes cancer and so forth. But if I were to throw this on the ground, the chances of it breaking are very, very minimal. If I was to start stomping on this, then certainly, it would rip out from above there. But what I'm trying to say is that these dowels will hold it, right? The more dowels you put in there, the stronger the joint's going to be. But it's not craftsmanship like. So, by the way, once this tool chest is built, I am going to sell this tool wall cabinet for maybe, I don't know, a couple of $100. Cheap as chips. Cheap as chips. So, and it's bloody heavy too, I tell you what. This being 3/4 inch. You got stands here. It's solidly built, and I mean it's solid, so it's just not fancy, but it served me for all these years. I'm sure it's going to serve someone even longer. So that's that. I mucked up on the bottom tray, but I'm not going to muck up on this second and the top one. So what I've done here, first of all, I marked them. If you can see, there's the numbers here. So each number corresponds, right? Sorry, each number corresponds. Each part, the numbers are matching, right? So that part's for that part, and this part is for that part, and here comes the bills, right? So that'll be dovetailed in, and you can see I had to glue on an end piece because I cut this too short, which is, I cut it for the bottom, as in the same length as the bottom, rather than using my pinch rods to get the measurement for the second, and there it is. That's how much I have to glue on. This is very, very strong. It's not going to go anywhere. So that's that. So this is for the dovetail, right? And that's how you do it. You number each piece, right? So you know what's going to go where, so you don't go flipping things around, and then you get a cockeyed dovetail box. So then I shiplapped the bottom. Right, there you go, shiplapped, and I made it to half the thickness of this material, and I went 3/8 inwards. So when I put it together, I'm not going to have it butting up like that, right? Because I want this to move freely when it expands and contracts. So this will be the space that I will use, and it is, for me, to my eye, that is quite attractive. Okay, this little space in here, I find that quite attractive. So what I will do is that I will glue. Let's start ring a fictitious glue up, I will glue the end, right, to once. Look, I will glue this end, and I will glue that end and nail it in, but I will not glue the shiplap. So this way the boards will move in and out towards each other like that, and the outside won't move at all. So what I did also, before I say see you later, is that I used a combination of this rabbiting tool and this rabbiting tool that I made and stuffed up. See, I broke the part that was supposed to come down to here, and yeah, here you never see that, you always see this. And I think I picked that up from, what's that guy's name, the blonde fella, can't remember. He came up with that, and the shavings just, come out that way. Really, really nice. And yeah, I just found an old blade. So works quite well. So I use a combination of that, I use a combination of this, and where's the other one? And I used a combination of this small one, and this one is the H&T Gordon. Beautifully made. It's not a rabbiting tool, it's a small shoulder plane, but I use it as a rabbiting tool. It works really, really nice. And this is the brass on the bottom, so this thing will never, never, ever, ever warp. It will always remain flat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's all there is to it. What I will do is I will put some stain on this, and I'll put some stain on that one. I do want to put some stain on this, but okay, I'll show you this bottom here. You can see that, I don't know, it hasn't really worked out too well. I mean, plus it's dirty, and it's not properly sanded. It's not even planed. Well, it is planed to some degree, but I was just anxious to see what it's going to be like. But what I did, I put a seal coat of very thin shellac, so there's no blotchiness. And then when I put I put the stain on it. And then after I allowed it to dry, I went and put garnet shellac over the top, and because it's alcohol in it, it reignited the stain, and all of it pretty much came off. So this time I won't put the wash coat on it, or the sealer, whatever you want to call it, and I'll just put the stain on it. It's going to soak it up, and when some of it does come off, not all of it will come off. which I don't understand why. Well, I do understand why. Because the sealer coat sealed it. So, I'm going to clean this up again. Look at that, full. And that's it. I'll start on, do some more work tomorrow. See, why I didn't is an important thing to remember or to learn. Unless you're following dedicated plans, it's not. It wouldn't be a good idea. See, for example, here, I already cut this here to 9 inches long. That's according to Chris Schwartz. Megan, however, has hers 8 inches, right, in length. Now, I've come to the conclusion, because I did all of this already now, that this will have to be 8 3/4. Had I cut this to 9 inches, had I dovetailed everything and put it all together, and then did this, the bottom tray, then there would have been a nice gap like that, right? So, as in the gap, when I say gap, sorry, I meant like that. And now I would be up the, the creek without a paddle. And there'll be no way I'll be shaving this down. I'd have to redo all of them just to suit that. No, fuck that. That ain't gonna happen. So that's why I did what I did. I worked on one tray only. I got the measurements for that. What I need. I know what the rest are going to be identical. The top, however, I don't know what the height's going to be. So I'm already feeling that this is going to be a little bit ridiculous, because for whatever reason, oh God, this runner needed to be wider, because if I put that like that, there's all this space there, right? So it's going to kind of look silly, isn't it? If this is, I don't know what that would be, maybe 3.5, or if I should make it even, I don't know. That's the thing for maybe after tomorrow. Depends on how quickly I can get these orders out of the way so I can start on this. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. I know not many people view this, but I don't really care either. I'm not out there for YouTube anymore. This is how you make money, not YouTube. See you, folks.